I won't pretend to know what you're thinking. Of course, once upon a time, I too was a reindeer, much like Rudolph. Wasn't permitted to join in the mini reindeer games. And then one day, Santa came along on his sleigh and said, "Darling," I didn't have a name then, "Darling Glinda, I want you to guide my sleigh tonight." So I told Santa, "I'll have to think about it." And I trotted off into the forest, and there was lots of snow around, and I thought about it. And I said, "Santa, I need more time." Anyway, welcome back to another reaction video. And it's 7 days to Christmas. The countdown continues, which means that 8 days to Kwanzaa. And I know some of you are kind of like, what's Kwanzaa? And if you don't know what Kwanzaa is, shame on you. It is an African-American holiday that is the alternative to Christmas. Of course, we also have Hanukkah. So big ups to those who celebrate Hanukkah as well, Christmas, and Kwanzaa. As we say, happy holidays, which is inclusive of everyone. I am your host, Autumn Simmons, producer, creator, writer, and star of the sitcom web series The Queer Chronicles, and I'm still rocking the Village of the Dam Nicki Minaj look for the holidays. And today, we're going to be doing a lot of interesting things today. Some things are going to be a little bit of a surprise along the way. But I can mention we're going to review Cardi B's Money. To my knowledge, the official video or short has not dropped officially yet. But we've got the song. We're going to be queuing it up. And I'm going to be learning. I've been behind the scenes learning the song. Perhaps I may do a little karaoke in the new year during the holidays, and it's good to be up on top 40, top 20, so that you know what's hip and what's popping right now. And I was having a good time dancing around, warming up, getting fit around the way, around the house, around the hizzy. And, you know, I have a gym membership as well, but sometimes I do dance at home. And so that's been on the kiosk. You know, I've got it queued up. Money. And what else? We're gonna have another visitor. We're having a guest, a very surprise guest. Many of you may know who the guest is. But before we get into all the fun stuff, I'm not gonna bore you by singing any holiday songs. We did that last time. I pantomimed to the wonderful Stephanie Mills. I'm gonna need for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to like this video, to share it, and if you don't like it, that's fine. We're still going to continue to do what we do. And the handles are below. And once again, I'm Autumn Simmons, producer, writer, creator, star of the sitcom web series The Queer Chronicles. So hang tight with that. Yes, on our previous episode, I mentioned I would be reacting to Arms Around You. So true to my word, we have queued that up for a portion of this segment, a future segment within this episode. Yes, so I get a little excited when the phone rings. Yes, let me read one more time. just one more time. Yeah, okay. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, you go ahead and you're going to call in? You're going to call in? Okay. This time you're going to call in, and we're going to do like we're going to do a video call in, a video chat. Oh, that sounds great. Okay. All right. So I'll keep it under wraps. Lips are sealed. Okay. All right. I'll talk with you a little bit later. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. So, now that you've got all the handles below and I've, I have spoken my piece. Let's just go ahead and get on into what we got for the day. You ready?
Look, my bitches all bad, my niggas all real. I ride in dick in some big tall hills, big fat checks, big large bills. Run out, flip like 10 car wheels. Cold ass bitch, I give raw chills. 10 different looks and my lips so kill. I kiss him in the mouth, I feel all grills. Heat in the car, that smells on wheels. Woo! I was born to flex. Yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All a bad bitch need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, shake a little ass. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash. You shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I gotta fly, I need a jet. Shit, I need room for my legs. I got a baby, I need some money. Yeah, I need teeth for my egg. All y'all bitches in trouble. Bring brass knuckles to scuffle. I heard that Cardi went pop. Yeah, I did go pop, pop. That's me bustin' that bubble. I'm the Sonya with the drip, baby mommy with the clip. Walk out bodies with a bitch. Bring a thotty to the whip. If she fine or she fake. God damn, walking past the mirror. Ooh, damn I'm fine. Let a bitch try me. Boom, hammer time. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All a bad bitch need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, shake a little ass. You get a little bag and take it to the store.
Can't see that.
Get a little cash. You shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bitch, oh, Papa, you pop. Bitch, oh, Papa, who
That's my dad.
You know who pops the most shit? The people who shit not together. You know that cardio freak. All my pajamas leather. Bitch, oh, black on your ass. Wakanda forever. Sweet like a honey bun, spit like a tummy gun. Roll it, one on one. Come get your mommy some Cardi at the tip top, bitch. Kiss the ring and kick rock, sis. Jump it down, back it up. Ooh, ayy. Make that nigga put the 2K. I like my niggas dark like say he gonna eat this ass like soup. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than culture. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All a bad bitch need is a KKC. Money. Money. Money.
Money. Money. That was fun. So learn it. I can't wait till the short drops. We'll react to it officially. So stay tuned. We got more goodies.
You guys. So, hold on. Just a second. This is gonna be a big conversation. I really need your opinion on this.
Okay.
Hey, give me a second. I'm doing something. All right.
Yeah. Tell her to call you back.
Give me a second. I'm doing something.
Yeah, you doing something? Call her back.
All right. Bye. All right. So listen. So I had a situation on Twitter to where I guess there's a Netflix show called Dear White People.
Okay.
Now, there was this big controversial conversation going on Twitter where obviously anything I say now is going to acquire a lot of attention.
Right.
Now, my opinion on this, I need you guys' opinions because I'm going to thoroughly explain myself as to why I responded the way I did.
Okay.
Basically, the show is called Dear White People. Now, as African Americans, every African American in this chat, if there was a show called Dear Black People or Dear African Americans, you know what I'm saying? Just according to the title,
so
not
intense.
thoroughly listening to the show.
Jar, you're so intense.
The concept behind the show. But if there was a fucking show from a white person's perspective, now I'm 100%, 1,000% African American.
Actually,
there was a
Egyptian.
show
Syrian.
called Dear Black People about white people stereotypes about how maybe we think the majority of the race is racist, or how, you know what I'm saying, like how we're stereotyping them, thinking they're racist. It's not going to be a move forward. So the idea is, okay, I understand that racism is very well alive, but if we're working towards equality, how is it that basically even acknowledging the stereotype is going to move us forward? We can't move forward if we're acknowledging the ignorance. The ignorance has to come to a complete halt. Therefore, we can no longer acknowledge it. So way back down to, I'd like to say, Martin Luther King's times.
He's like baby Malcolm X.
He ignored the violence. He ignored the bullshit.
You baby Malcolm
and
X.
worked forward in a passive-aggressive way and proved that basically he was smart enough and peaceful enough and was self-conscious enough to ideally move past all the violence. So we can't move forward, ideally, if we're not really going towards equality. You understand what I'm saying? I want you guys to thoroughly talk about this on Instagram and Twitter, because this is what I really want to talk about. This is what I'm really dwelling into. I'm really dwelling into politics at this point in time and covering things that I feel like is more important than the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah.
But obviously, yes, I know the show. They came up with the show a long time ago. But ideally, I saw it on Twitter about someone saying, "Yo, if this was in a reverse situation, you guys would be fucking pissed." You know, a fucking Caucasian said, you guys would be pissed. And I absolutely agree, because we can't move forward paying attention to these type of things. Now, it is very much so true. There is still, racism is very much so alive.
True.
Stereotypical white people are still very much so alive.
True.
Obviously, they have KKK fucking marches all the time. I very much so agree with the concept behind the show. But the name in itself, I felt like maybe was just a little bit, just a little bit pokey. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I felt like it was too much. And I don't agree with anything that puts down a race. You need to understand, not all white people are fucking racist. The idea is, if you want to say something in specific, right, to that specific amount of people, the smart name for the show would have been Dear Racist People, or Dear Stereotypical People. You understand? Saying Dear White People was generalizing that idea, concept of racism and people being stereotypical. You understand? So that doesn't exactly make sense. I have white friends, I have black friends, I have Asian friends, I have Indian friends, I have Muslim friends. This doesn't make sense. And generalizing anything doesn't make sense. If you want to target someone or something, you need to target that specific. So the smart thing would have been, say, hey, dear racist people, not dear white people, not dear black people. Because if it was reversed, I'd have been mad. I would have went on Twitter and say, what the fuck is wrong with that general amount of people that came up with that? You know what I'm saying? So it's on Twitter. It has a couple fucking racist people who are going all wild about it. I need you guys' opinions. Go on my Twitter.
And so now we are going to go into my reaction to XXXTentacion's Arms Around You, featuring Lil Pump and also Swa Lee and Muluma. This is a very fun song. You can dance to it, you can sway to it, but the short is really impressive. So let's just go ahead and check it out. Here we go. XXXTentacion. Here we are. You know what? When Skins came out on the 7th of this month, I was a little surprised that this wasn't included on the album. I thought it would have been included. It wasn't included. I love the way that they put this video together. I think it does justice to his artistry and legacy. It's basically a compilation of several video performances. He didn't do a lot of music shorts. I wish he had done more, because he made so many songs. Songs that were singles that were not even included on his first 2 albums. And he also did another project called Members Only with Ski Mask and Slump God, Stokely, his comrade, brother, soul brother. Swa Lee.
Then you might never get enough. Yes, I know you feel the ambience. Love you like I never see you again. Only real 'cause I'm not for
Someone was mentioning something about Muluma's outfit, because he was dressed in a long skirt. think it's masculine. I don't think it's a feminine type skirt. I think you have to be secure within your own skin and orientation to rock certain clothes. He seems secure in who he is. So you can rock it. I don't know, would I date someone who wore a skirt? It depends on what kind of personality and character they had. You know, they were a decent person and I liked them. And it went on a date and they wanted to rock like a outfit like that. If it's suiting to their personality, I mean, you date somebody, it's not like you're committed to them forever. You just get to know someone. That's Spanish. I like that. Kind of reminds me of the Janet song Made It Now featuring Daddy Yankee. He's got like fusion of like the cultures, a little bit of Spanish in it, the Caribbean island flavor, the African diaspora. It's a good mix. I like it. I wasn't feeling Rolling Stones, their review of this song. I think they were hating, talking about it was too commercial. It's called show business. Show business. It means money, capitalism. So yeah. But they did a great job with this. He's got his indigo hair. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So see you on the other end. And thank you so much for watching me react to XXXTentacion's featuring Lil Pump, Swa Lee, Muluma, Arms Around You. As I mentioned, it's a wonderful song. I'm surprised that it wasn't on Skins. And just to go back to X, who video chatted with us today, we went back in time and pulled something out of the time capsule just to shed more insight on Justin Simien, who is the writer, producer, and director of Dear White People, which was released in 2014. In the US, it was released in October 2014. I recall seeing it in the theater and also purchased it on DVD. I enjoyed the movie, and I never had an issue with the title itself because I understood the title was meant to grab the public's attention, and the film did really well and garnered several awards, including a Sundance Film Festival award for U.S. Dramatic Special Jury Award for Breakthrough Talent, and several other awards. If you check it out on Wikipedia, you find out more. A total of 4 different awards that Justin Simien was a recipient of with this project, which also yielded to what X was talking about, the Dear White People Netflix special, which I believe had 10 episodes. I never watched the Netflix special, but I saw the movie, so I have no idea how the adaptation from the film into the actual episode, how that carried out, or if it continued after the first season. But I feel that when it comes to art and life, people should have their opinion. We don't always have to always agree on everything. I think X presented his opinion and expression of that opinion in a diplomatic fashion. That's what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to move people, motivate, inspire people, and also to evoke us to dialogue about what we are portraying within the art and how we can make adjustments and change things. And so it's good to disagree. That's healthy to disagree. It's a matter of like how we disagree, as long as it's constructive. And so I miss that young man. I wish he was still here. And it was great that he had the type of mind that he had, given the generation that he comes from. It's like a unique generation, like every generation. And every generation has like its special strengths and areas that are very much different from the previous generation. And I definitely think the generation that X is a part of is definitely a more bold, audacious type of generation, extremely fearless, not afraid to be seen and to be heard and to take chances and to move things forward. He's got that indigo spirit. So having said that, also we reacted to Cardi B's Money. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. And what else do we have queued up? You got some other stuff queued up in the future. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so. You can hit me up at thequirkchronicles@gmail.com, and also talkfusion30@gmail.com. I'm also on the gram, the Quirk Chronicles, and where else are we? We are on Twitter, the Quirk Chrony 1, also Talk Fusion, and Facebook, Billy Quirky Girl, Talk Fusion on Facebook as well. I have so many handles, sometimes my mind is like, like that. And and also everything is at the site, the Quirk Chronicles, which is down below. So if you want to find out anything that is affiliated with moi, just hit up thequirkchronicles.com. But you also, when you check into the site, when you enter the site, there are a series of like sections of how the site is segmented so that you can find what it is in particular that you're seeking. And of course, we have Quirk mugs, the Quirk Chronicles. We had these since last year, so they've been around on the scene for a while. So there is a Quirk store with other things that you can check out as well for all the nosy people in the world. So that's all from me. Oh yes, now I'm off to the PTA. Goodbye.